and welcome to Wellness with Terri. So turn on some music, something energizing or soft and soothing, whatever is your taste today. We're going to start this practice a little different. We're going to start standing, and we're going to make this one just a little bit shorter than some of my other ones, just in case you're in a hurry and you just want to get some stretching in and some movement. So find that music, find your mat, find your feet, and let's begin. Feet are hips distance apart, eyes are closed. We're just going to relax in our stance here and breathe. Feeling both the chest and belly rise with our breaths, trying to be equal, inhales and exhales equal in length. And let's tune into our feet today and start to bring some energy and some awareness up through our feet. You can do it both legs at a time if you're able, or just one at a time might be easier, all the way up to your hips. Trying to soften anything that feels like it might be tense or tight. When you've worked your way up both legs, giving yourself just a little more time to get to the hips. Feel your hips, bringing your awareness there, softening. As always, with your exhales, you can release whatever you're ready to let go of. Working up your torso, thinking about the outside of you, but also the inside. Bringing your awareness up through that belly, up through the back, to the chest, to the upper back, all the way up to your neck. And then working your way down each arm from the shoulder to the fingertips. And then just working your way back up to the neck and through the face. So softening around the jaw, the lips, the cheeks, the eyes, crown of the head. Being aware of your whole body in this moment. Let's think about an intention, inviting you to take your hands to heart center if you choose to, but let's set a personal intention here and take 3 breaths around that thought. And at the end of that third exhale, release your hands, and we're going to tune into our neck a little bit here. Just inviting in some side-to-side movement, which may move more than just your neck. Your hips might sway, your shoulders might sway. That's okay. Let's just go side to side to begin. Kind of warm up the whole body as you sway, adding a bigger sway. And then coming back to center, let's go chin up and chin down. Start to move those toes a little bit. And then we're going to go, if you didn't already go ear to shoulder, if you didn't already turn, whichever you did first, take a side to side turn or an ear to shoulder kind of movement. Just loosening that neck up in your own way. And then coming back to center, we're going to add some side stretches here. So lifting up one arm, reach it over, and then begin on the other side at the end of that exhale. So we inhale up, exhale over, back up, down, and switch. Go at your own pace. Just make sure you're breathing. more time each way. And then let's come back to center, and we're just going to gently swing. So rather than take a twist here, we're just going to swing those arms, but if you'd rather, just kind of take it slower and take a twist side to side, your option there. Now we're going to wake up those feet, so we're going to start to lift up, rock back, bend the knees a little. Just wake up those feet, wake up your legs, check in with your body. I like to do the moving chair at the beginning of my practices to really get things moving, so if you want to do some moving chairs here, sinking that weight back toward your heels, getting those shoulders warmed up. One more. And sink it down and just hold a chair here. So find a comfortable position, feet are apart, hips distance apart. We're going to lift that spine as if you were actually sitting in a chair. So we don't want to be in like a power chair coming way forward. I want you to wake up the quads. Sit back in that chair and just breathe. We're going to take that into a balanced chair, just lifting up, making those feet work as we lift up the heels and breathe. And then we're going to release those heels down, and you're going to go wide on your mat, coming into sunflower position. So take that weight gently side to side, loosen things up. Getting ready for those sunflowers. Inhale up, sink it down, sweep. One more, and then we're going to add some rotation. Choose a side. Start to bring those arms and those hips into some circles. Two more this way. And then let's go the opposite way. Nice, smooth circles if you can. Good breaths. One more. And sink into your goddess, holding here. Nice deep squat. Spine lifts, torso lifts, elbows come out from shoulders, or you can modify and keep your hands at heart center. The key here is to make sure the knees are going in the same path as your feet and not turning inward. So find your position and breathe. Going to add on here, bringing our hands into heart center. We're going to lift those heels, wake up your calves and your ankles and your Achilles. So just rock it a few times back and forth. You can continue to stay here at the 1 foot at a time, or you can take it to both feet at the same time. And now let's take that stretch. Hands to the knees, brace yourself, turn those knees out wide. Take the shoulder toward the opposite knee, stretch, breathe. Take it to the other side whenever you're ready. Side to side one more time. And then we're going to come up. We're going to turn those feet parallel to each other. Take a nice wide stance. We're going to reach around behind. open up the chest. So you can make fists, or you can interlace the fingers, you can stretch the arms out, or just rest them at your tailbone, whatever feels good to you. But get that chest stretch, feel the shoulders drawing down and away from the ears. Feel yourself build that trench between your shoulder blades. Breathe in. So we're going to take it down. If you want to release your hands before you do that for balance purposes, go ahead. Otherwise, bring it down. See if you can lift those intertwined hands up just a little bit higher. And then release to the floor, forward fold, wide legs. Let those hamstrings stretch. Trying to get those legs straight, keeping the neck loose. Taking the feet as wide apart as you need to. Going to add some movement now, walking your hands over to one side, keep the legs straight for a moment, deeper stretch for the back of the leg. We're going to walk them to the other side. Now we're going to go back to that first side and bend the knee over the ankle. If you have to take a wider stance here to get a good stretch on the leg that's extended, go ahead and change your position a little. And switch when you're ready. Back to center, we're going to start some twists. So lightly put a hand down and start opening up side to side. Knowing you can put that hand closer to the opposite ankle each time if you want to deepen the stretch. But it's not necessary if you're feeling the stretch from a different place. Right in the center is just fine. Let's take it one more time on each side. Coming back to center, I'm going to walk myself out, keeping my feet planted here. You don't have to do this. You can just take a forward fold if you want. I'm doing this to stretch my calves and my Achilles a little more, which tend to be some very tight spaces in my body. So pressing my feet down, straightening my legs. But you can just hold a forward fold if your hamstrings are tighter. Working ourselves back to that forward fold. We're going to take a hop into the center, bringing those feet towards each other, or you can heel toe it, coming into a true forward fold. Room for 2 fists between those big toes. Letting your head hang, bringing your chest closer to your thighs. Those of you who are already pretty flexible here can go into a gorilla type pose or reach for the back of your ankles, anything that gives you your best stretch. We're going to go halfway up. Extend your head away from your body. Lengthen through the spine. Maybe turn your gaze for a little more neck work here. And then put a bend in those knees and take it all the way up. Reaching up overhead. We're going to stretch toward the sky, interlacing those fingers. Take a big side bend here. And then take it to the other side when you're ready. Beautiful. Now bring it back to center. And we're going to take a step to the front of our mat. So coming into the front of your mat, spread those toes, get that hips distance apart, checking in with mountain, grounding through the feet, inward spiral of the shins and the lower legs, feeling a little bit wider when we do that at the hips. Find your core, engage your core muscles, shoulders come up, back, and down. We're in mountain, palms facing away. Reach through those fingertips, engage the backs of the arms. Back of the neck is long. And we're going to take a couple of deep breaths here, tuning into our bodies or taking a moment to recall your intention. And now we're we're going to get started. So inhale on your next inhale, lift those arms up and bring it down. However you want to get there. Halfway lift. And we're going to put our hands to the floor here and step back into a plank. So you can take any level plank you want, high plank, low plank, knees down plank, whatever works for you. Wake up that core. Some nice full breaths, trying to engage the backs of the legs. If you're in full plank, maybe you even want to move it around a little bit if you're still feeling tight, especially in the lower legs. You can get a stretch here while you're working your core. And let's lift it up to downward facing dog. Make it playful, make it feel good. One heel at a time. Take some big bends today. You can take some forward into planks, bending those knees for the back stretch as you lift the sitting bones. And then coming back to a down dog that feels balanced on all four limbs. Ears in line with your arms, sitting bones lifting to the sky, backs of the legs engaged. We're going to hold here 4 breaths. Finding your right leg and figuring out how you want to bring it forward, whether you lower the left knee or just swinging that right leg forward. We're going to take it forward and come up. High lunge. Thinking about your position and how it feels. Finding the center of your stance, the proper knee over ankle. Back leg extending. Maybe you feel that it's tight on the front of the left leg. Your hip flexors aren't quite warmed up enough yet. That would be the case for me. We're just going to hold here, warming them up. Okay, challenge move is to go forward into one-legged balance. So you can step forward or just take it right up. One-legged balance. Hands come down, we're going to step it back. Crescent lunge this time. Go a little higher with those arms if you can. Bringing it down, we're going to twist it to the right. You can always lower the left knee if you want, or you can put your left hand to the inside of the foot. Whatever twist feels good to you today. We're going to put those hands down and take it back to plank again. You can change your level if you want, or stay at the same. Breathe. Downward facing dog, lift it up. This time try to find your balanced position earlier, but if you need to stretch, go ahead and stretch. It's up to you. Left leg is going to come forward into that higher lunge. Hands at heart center. Waking up the front of the right leg now. Lifting that spine, finding your knee over ankle, front knee over ankle position. Rocking or stepping it up, one-legged balance. heart center, we're going to step it back. Crescent lunge. Taking the twist any way you want to the left. Beautiful. All right, hands to the floor. We're going to go through the lower part of the sun salutation now 5 times. So that means you can do your cobra your way, you can do up dog, you can do sphinx, you can do it however you want. I'm just going to take 5 rotations in a row. Going to come forward, lower down, with control, coming into a cobra, or whatever you want. Take it back to downward facing dog, and from downward facing dog, we're going to just take it forward into plank again and lower 4 more times. So do it your way, warming up your back. Last one. Meeting at downward facing dog. Finding that right leg, we're going to swing it through, coming into warrior 2. Checking heel to arch alignment, finding that center of your stance, remembering that the hips and heart move toward or face the long edge of the mat. And this is where I can tell if I'm not actually in the center of my own stance, because I can see myself. Weird. All right, let's turn our gaze over that right arm and hold here, making sure the shoulders don't creep up by the ears. We're going to flip this right palm up and reverse our warrior, making sure we open that left side of our chest with a hand that reaches toward the floor or presses into our lower back. Palm towards the heat of our body. And we're going to slide that over into whatever version of side angle sounds good to us today, making sure that we're opening, twisting through the torso as we open this left shoulder to the sky, keeping our hand at our hip or plugging the arm in or going deeper, totally up to you. Just a 3-time flowing transition here. We're going to go back up. Take a couple breaths here in our reverse. And then take it over to the side angle, making sure we don't dump into this position and making sure we don't push off, using our core instead to come up into our reverse. Last one, we're going to take it into reverse and side angle. Taking your hands down, stepping it back to plank, going through the lower part of that sun salutation your way, meeting back, downward facing dog. Holding here. Very nice. All right, let's do the other side. Left leg comes up. We bring it through for our warrior 2. Checking our foundation. Settling into this pose. We're going to reverse the warrior, opening that right side or pressing that palm into the warmth of our body here to get the right shoulder, right chest open. Sliding over, side angle. Wherever your hand is comfortable, getting your best stretch here all along the right side. Making that left hip do some work, so don't just balance on that leg. Use the elbow knee to open up. Start that little flowing transition as we work our way up to reverse, 2 breaths. And over to side angle, 2. Two more. Turning your gaze over that left foot, we're going to rock it forward into forward fold. Putting those feet hips distance apart. Take a stretch here. If you want to take a stretch for the low back, you can reach for opposite elbows and hang, but only if you're ready for that. Take it up halfway. Bend the knees, take it all the way up. And exhale. Shaking it out, grabbing a drink if you need one. We're going to go to a few balancing things now. And then we'll take it down for a short stretch at the end. Trying to keep this practice a little bit shorter than some of the other ones I've filmed. So when you're ready, we're going to come to a balanced pose. We're going to do tree today. And then we're going to take it from our tree into a standing figure 4. So, of course, you're at home, you're doing it your way. So I'm going to try to transition from the tree directly into the standing figure 4. But there's enough time, we'll be holding it long enough that you can put your foot down and find a wall or whatever you might need, or get there right from the start, that works too, so that you can stop between poses if you want to, okay? So we're gonna let you do it your way at home, but let's get started with the tree. We're gonna shift to the right, take our left toes out to the side, and bring them in and choose floor, shin, or all the way up. Working to get that knee out to the side and not locking our right hip or knee. Finding any arm position that works for you. Here we go. Hugging in foot to leg if you can. If you can get that knee out to the side, it makes that hugging in motion so much easier. If you're still working on getting that knee out to the side, that's okay too. Just really make sure it's opening out to the side. All right, we're going to start that transition. So I'm going to do it without putting my foot down, or try to anyway, but you can put your foot down, reset, keep that left leg, the one that's on top, and come into your standing figure 4. Trying to find a good stretch for that left hip. So left foot is active, leg is level if you can get it. This is my good side, so it looks level. The other side won't look like this. And then you can keep going as far as you need to feel your stretch. You can take those hands all the way to the floor and straighten that right leg if you want. You can even go cradle your baby standing. Find the position that works for you and breathe. One more breath. Nice work. Shake out that right foot maybe. All right, other side, coming into tree. We're gonna take our right toes out. So shift our weight to the left. Find whatever level this side offers us. Hug in, turn the knee out to the side. Try not to lock anything on the left side. Breathe and balance, nice and easy. And now we begin that transition, or you put your foot down and reset yourself. Right leg is on top, coming into your standing figure four. Trying to level out the leg, or helping it get level, or sinking it low. Find the best stretch on your right side. Very nice. Release, shake it out. All right, we're gonna have you turn wide on the mat if you're not already. Coming into our goddess legs, we're gonna do some eagle arms. So if you prefer to do something else instead of the goddess legs, you could do the full balance. We're gonna start with our right over our left for arms, so you would put left over right for your legs, or you can go into chair, but I'm gonna work these inner legs here in my goddess, and I'm gonna add a little pulse to mine. These are just add-ons. You can do it your way, but we're gonna come into our eagle arms, right over left. And you've got the hug choice to start with. You can take hands, back of the hands, or you can go the full wrap. Whatever way you do it, pull the shoulders down and away, tilt those elbows out, coming into your eagle arms with whatever legs you've chosen today. If you want to add some neck stretches, you can take your gaze side to side. Otherwise, just do what feels right here. Breathe. Nice. All right, take it up, shake it out. Reset for the other side. We're gonna go left over right for arms. We're gonna find whatever legs we're doing here. Breathe. Nice, and release. Walk those feet in, shake it out. All right, we're gonna work our way down with a garland. If you don't wanna do a garland, you can take it to the mat and just do a twist or a butterfly or something else. But we're just gonna take a garland pose for those of you who want to. Turning the feet out, trying to get those feet flat. That's the first order of business. So get your feet flat. As you're going down, you might have to take your stance a little wider to keep those feet flat. If you can get your feet flat, tuck yourself in, open up those knees with your elbows, and feel that stretch. Strengthening the feet. Those of you who are daring can go to a balance here, arm balance if you want to go crow. And of course, if I'm holding this longer than it feels good to you, move to seated, do a little twist or a butterfly. And when you're ready, release it back. All right, legs out straight, feet active, hands behind, press down. See if you can find best stretch on the back of your legs. Of course, if you need to let go and come forward, you can take it as far as you need to. It's your body. Do it your way. Just remember the stretch is designed to be in the back of the legs, not to really pull so much on the lower back. So if you're feeling it all in your low back, just take a break, take it back a little bit and come into something that feels better for the backs of your legs. We're going to take it wide from here. Same thing. You might need to reconnect those sitting bones to the floor. Press those legs down, point those toes up. You can use your hands behind again, or you can just come forward if that's what you need. Looking for that stretch to move a little more to the inner legs, but some of you are still going to be feeling that if you have tight hamstrings in the back of the legs. Beautiful. Lift it up. So we're going to take a twist here. Just a simple twist. You can add on and go deeper into the twist if you want to, but I'm just going to call out bending up your left leg, crossing it over the right, sitting up tall, and taking your twist to the left. If you want to stack your knees or come into a deeper twist position for your hips, you can do that. And then we're going to switch sides, taking the left leg long, bending that right leg up, crossing it over if you choose to. You can keep it on the same side if you want. We're going to twist it to the right, finding your best twist. All right, now we're going to work our way down onto our backs. So bring those knees into your chest. Roll that low back out with some circles. Gonna go happy baby. Drawing those knees down to your armpits. Pressing those feet into your hands if you want to make it really active. We're going to take it into a pigeon here. Left ankle's going to come in front of the right leg. You can reach for the right thigh or the right shin. Activate your feet. Feel that stretch. Left hip. If you want to add on, send that right leg up, flex the foot, hold that flex. Point and circle or point and flex. Check in with the ankle and the foot. And then we're going to take this right leg down, use our right hand to draw the left knee over, finding a glute stretch, keeping our left shoulder blade on the ground. Back to center. Knees come to chest. We're going to reach for those feet. Go back to happy baby. Stretch it out. Can make it active. Pressing those feet into the hands. Pulling down on the bottoms of the feet. And we're going to switch sides. Bringing the right ankle in front of the left knee this time. Activating those feet. Coming into pigeon. And then we're going to take that left leg up and flex. Point and circle or point and flex. Dropping that left leg all the way down, we're going to use our left hand to draw the right knee over for the glute stretch. And I should have said this on the other side, but if you prefer to do a low back stretch to bring both knees into your chest and drop them to one side, you could do that as well here. We're going to roll back to center and lift our arms up over our head or out to our sides if our shoulders aren't allowing us to lift up over our heads today. Let the feet fall open naturally. Checking in with your body like we did at the beginning, from the feet all the way up. What can you relax? What is still feeling tight? What is feeling good and open? Strong and active. Let's bring those arms down next to our body, palms face up, and we're going to draw the bottoms of the feet together into a reclined butterfly. One last release for the hips. Now it's time for rest. I am unable to play music, so if you would like to set your Shavasana song, your stillness song, go right ahead. If you want to just stay right there where you are, then I will sign off and I will remind you that this is not the same as being with you in the same room, but it is the next best thing that I can think of. So I thank you so much for joining me. I wish for you to stay healthy and safe.